Let's start today at the front of your mat. This class is about breath-body connection, so we're going to start with 3 intentional breaths. Reaching up with an inhale, reaching to the sky, feeling the oxygen fill your lungs. Exhale, bringing your hands slowly down to heart. Inhale, reaching up to the sky, reaching, and exhale one long breath out your nostrils as you bring your hands down to heart. Last one, big inhale, reach, and exhale slowly, hands to heart. With your hands at your heart, I want you to inhale, dropping them to your side. Palms out, shoulders back, tailbone tucked into Samasthiti. Here in Tadasana, take a note of how you feel. What is your body telling you? Remember that note. We're going to come back to it later in this class. But for now, let's start with our first sun salutation. Inhale, reaching up to the sky, hands together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to come halfway up. Exhale, stepping back 2 steps into plank. Inhale, and exhale, chaturanga into upward facing dog. Big stretch. Exhale, let's come back to our first downward facing dog of the class. Make sure your feet are shoulder width apart, your fingers are spread, slowly pulling at your chest down towards the mat. This is your first downward facing dog, so we're going to take a minute. I want you to feel what your body's communicating to you. What is it asking for in your first deep stretch of the day? Maybe it's asking for some movement. If so, walk your dog. Bend your knees, find a little bit of motion. If not, your body's asking for stillness, just stay in downward facing dog. This is your practice. I want you to listen to your body and what it's asking for. Breathing in, breathing out. Looking to the front of your mat, jump or take 2 steps forward into forward fold. Exhale, coming back up. Inhale, hands above head. Exhale, bringing your hands down to heart. Inhale, let's reach up again for our second sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold down to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, 2 steps back into plank. Let's hang out here in plank for a minute, engaging those arms, staying on your toes, really waking up the upper body this time. This is a perfect moment to reconnect. Checking in with yourself, breathing consciously. I want you to take a big inhale, filling up your lungs. Exhale down to chaturanga. Coming back up to upward facing dog, we're going to hold here just for an extra second to feel the stretch. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Slowly coming back into position, making sure those feet shoulder width apart. Sinking back into your heels. Breathing in and out. Find the stillness. Listen to your body. Try lifting your right foot up and wrapping it around your left, sinking your left heel with your body weight into the mat. If it's not feeling good, don't worry. Go back to downward dog. But if it is, maybe try that on the other side too. Left foot around the right ankle, pressing your heel down into the mat. And just breathe. Alright, it's time to add some motion. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhaling, coming down into plank. Inhale, back to downward dog with a little pulse. Exhale to plank. Inhale back. 1, 2. Exhale, plank. Inhale back. 1, 2. Exhale down into plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, plank. Alright, 5 more back into downward facing dog. And plank. 4 more. Exhale and plank. 3 more. 1, 2. Exhale, plank. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale, plank. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2. And exhale, come back to plank. And with that, let's bend your knees and hop or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, standing up, arms above the head. Exhale, bringing your hands down to heart. And with a big breath in, reaching up and folding forward on the exhale. Now one big breath as you come all the way up, reaching up, and exhale down forward to the mat. Inhale, slowly coming up, filling up your lungs. Exhale, forward fold to the mat. Inhale, coming up once again, reaching above your head, forward fold down to the mat. And one last big breath in with a big reach all the way up. Exhale all the air out of your lungs, forward fold. Now while you're in this fold, grab onto both of your elbows and rock gently back and forth. It's okay to bend the knees just slightly as you do this. Do what feels right. It's your practice. Just feel the motion that feels best to you, breathing in and out. Now if this feels good, feel free to stay there, but if you'd like a deeper stretch, you can join me in one of the deeper hamstring stretches, where we wrap our hands around behind slightly bent knees, and on an exhale, straighten those knees. And inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And inhale, bend, bringing your body closer, tightening the grip around your arms. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Tighten that grip. Exhale, straighten. You really feel it in your hamstrings now. One more. Inhale, bend. And exhale, really deep. Straighten. Hold for just a breath. And exhale. Hands to mat. Slowly bending the knees, coming back up. Now let's pick up the pace a little bit. Big stretch up. And hands down to heart, exhaling. Sun salutation, jumps times 5. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands and jump or step back. Down into chaturanga and upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Bend the knees and jump or step to the front of your mat. Coming back up with a big inhale and a reach. And an exhale, let's fall back down to the mat, hands flat. Inhale halfway up. If you'd like to land in chaturanga, jump or step back into your mat into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And jumping or stepping to the front of your mat. And rising back up. Now remember, you can take this at your pace. You don't have to jump into chaturanga. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, falling down to the mat. Inhale halfway up, jump or step back into plank or chaturanga. And an inhale, upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Bend the knees and jump or step to the front of your mat. Rising back up for a big reach above your head. Exhale, hands to heart. And again, reaching up. Exhale, down to the mat, hands flat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, jump or step back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. With a big breath in, jump or step to the front of your mat. Exhale, rising up. Inhale, hands above the head. Exhale, hands to heart. And another big reach up, inhaling. Exhaling down, hands flat on the mat. Inhale halfway up, jump or step back into plank or chaturanga. Upward facing dog, and exhaling downward facing dog. Take a bead in your downward facing dog. And bend your knees and step or hop to the front of your mat. Great job. We're going to come back slowly to standing and do one last reach above the head. Exhaling, hands to heart. And let's bring our hands back down to our sides in Samastiti. Breathing in and out, I want you to travel back through time to the beginning of this class. Remember how you felt last time you were in Tadasana. Compare it to now. Look at how far you've come. Breathing in and out. All right. Let's do another big stretch above our heads and a forward fold down to the mat. Halfway up, exhale, right foot back, planted into lunge. Try to straighten that knee, straight as you can, and slowly with an exhale, rising up. Hands above your head, reaching, breathing. Doesn't it feel beautiful? Now if it feels good, try taking your left hand and reaching back to your right hamstring. Breathing in, opening up that chest to the sky. Feel beautiful, because we all are. Breathe in, and on your next exhale, bring your right hand and plant it next to your left foot, twisting the midsection of your body to the sky, looking up, reaching upwards, engaging the muscles of your right leg, breathing in and out. And if your body isn't feeling this right now, you can drop your right knee down to the mat or come back up to lunge. And with a big inhale, and then exhale, bringing your left hand down between your foot and your right hand into a lizard, and adding a little bit of motion if that feels good, micro pumps. If this is too strenuous, you can drop your right knee down to the mat. Just remember, this is your practice, and you need to listen to your body. And on your next exhale, we're going to slowly start to come back up, pivoting that right foot down flat on the mat, and bringing your upper torso around into a wide-legged forward fold. Hands flat, sinking in on each exhale. Breathing in. Exhale, sinking down a little bit deeper. You can bend your knees as much as your body needs you to. Straight is fine, micro bend is fine, or even bent a little bit more, perfectly fine. Whatever your body needs, please give it to it, and take a moment to thank your body for communicating with you and telling you what it wants. Now slowly rising back up, straightening those arms, pivot that left foot, coming back into lunge. And on your next exhale, stepping your left foot back into plank. Inhale chaturanga, exhale upward facing dog, inhale downward facing dog. Holding here for a breath before bending the knees and jumping or stepping to the front of your mat, and slowly rising back up with a big reach above your head and an exhaled hands down to heart. Let's do the other side. Reaching up above your head, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping back with your left foot now into lunge, engaging the muscles, holding the position, straightening that knee, bringing your gaze forward, taking a big breath in as you rise with both hands up above your head into lunge, reaching to the sky, engaging that right quad, and holding for breath. In and out. In. And on your next exhale, bring your right hand back to your left hamstring, reaching that left hand back as you arch your back, breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. Feel the life in your lungs. What a wonderful asana. Your body is thanking you right now. On your next exhale, drop your left hand down to the mat, bringing your right arm up above your head. Feeling that twist in your midsection. Try at different points to put your weight more on your arm or more on your right leg. How does your body feel in both? Breathing in and out. Let's bring that right hand now down between your foot and your left hand into suspended lizard. If you want to add some motion with the micro elbow bends like last time, or rock back and forth, both are perfectly acceptable. Or bring your left knee down to the mat. Whatever your body's asking for right now. And on your next exhale, pivot that left foot flat onto the mat and bring your body around to the center, coming into wide-legged forward fold. This time, we're going to focus on the sides. With an exhale, grabbing as far as you can, if it feels good, towards your ankle, and bringing your weight over to that leg, keeping a micro bend, in the knee for safety, breathing in and out. Don't worry though, if that doesn't feel good, you can come right back to the center. Exhaling, let's go over to the other side, grabbing the ankle with your right hand, your calf with the left, bringing your body closer towards your leg, breathing in, breathing out, remembering a micro bend for safety in the knee, perfectly necessary and acceptable. And exhale, coming back to center, rising back up, straightening your legs, and pivoting back into lunge. Now plank, exhale chaturanga, inhale upward facing dog, exhale back down to downward facing dog, walking your dog a little bit. And on your next inhale, let's bring that right leg up above your head, pointing the toes, reaching and bending at the knee to bring your right foot down, planted next to your left hand into pigeon. Slowly coming down, straightening that left foot, bringing your body weight down to the mat, or sitting up straight. Whatever your body's asking for, this position, above all else, is a gift to your body. So listen to it for what it requests and provide. You can hold your left hand on your foot, just like I'm doing there, if it feels better for you. Breathing in and out, sinking further into your pose, trying to get your right butt cheek down to the mat. Engaging your left foot, pointing it back, breathing in and out. Pigeon is one of those yoga poses that we all tend to avoid so much, but it teaches us more than we could ever imagine. And the minute you embrace the poses that you avoid the most is the exact minute that you learn more than you thought yoga could ever teach you. It's beautiful how that works. And in life, I'd say it works the same a lot of the time. And now let's prepare to come back out of pigeon. With an inhale, rising back up. Now in this next asana, there will be 3 phases that build from easiest to most difficult. Please find the one that suits you and focus on that one. So let's bring our left foot back over our right knee, plant it, and twist the right arm of your body back around it. This is level 1. For level 2, bring your right arm over your right knee, exposing your bicep to the front of the mat, bending your elbow, and reaching the crown of your head up to the sky. For level 3, if you'd like, you can try a bind by reaching that right hand underneath your leg, taking that left arm, reaching around your back, and clasping your fingers together. Remember to extend the spine straight, turning to look over your left shoulder, holding that bind, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Breathing in and exhaling, letting go of the bind and swinging that left leg back around where it was during pigeon and coming into plank. Inhale chaturanga, exhale upward facing dog, inhale downward facing dog. How did that feel? Check back in for a moment. Now let's go to that other side. Your next inhale, bring the left leg up to the sky, pointing the toes, engaging the leg, and bend at the knee. Bringing your left foot over to your right hand, bringing your knee down. Extend that right leg, pointing those toes. You can stay seated upright or come down to the mat like I have, bringing your body weight down onto your arms. Breathing in and out. Compare this side to the other. Is it looser? Is it more open? What is it saying to you? What does it communicate? Listen to your body. It's perfectly normal for one side to be tighter than the other. But it's interesting to notice because usually we don't give it a second thought. We don't pay attention. But right now, this is your time to pay attention, to listen, to feel, to reconnect with a breath in and a simple breath out. Allow yourself right now, this moment, to just be. No matter what you're feeling, it's okay. Because you are exactly where you need to be. Feeling exactly how you should be feeling. Breathing in and out. Come back by bringing your hands down to the mat, raising back to seated. Take a minute to reconnect with motion again from stillness. And take that right leg, swing it around over top of that left leg. Coming back to the seated spinal twist again. You can plant both hands on the mat as level 1, twisting your gaze over your right shoulder, extending the spine, feeling that string pulling you up to the sky. Or you can go to level 2 by bringing that left arm bent at the elbow over that right knee, exposing the bicep to the back of your mat, reaching with that right hand. And if you feel like binding, you can pivot that left arm down, reach through your leg, and then around with your right arm, clasping your 2 fingers together, pulling that leg in tighter to the midsection of your body, and continuing to gaze over your right shoulder, twisting at your midsection. How does this feel right now? If it's physically uncomfortable, listen to your body. But if it's frustrating, I promise you this. If you come back to this asana once or twice a week, it will pay off in spinal health and in internal detoxification. On your next exhale, release the bind and extend both legs out in front of yourself, either with your knees bent or with straight legs. We're going to work the abs for a second by just holding before we add some motion. And on your next inhale, bring your knees in, exhale out. In and out, that's 2. In and exhale out, 3. In and out. In and out, that's 5. In and out. In and out. In and out. Almost there. In and out. Last one. In and hold. Holding, engaging that core. Slowly lowering back down. Slow as you can. And rolling your shoulders back to the mat. Arms overhead. Big pencil stretch. Reaching with those arms. Pointing those toes. Engaging your muscles. And bring your arms back down into the mat. Falling into everybody's favorite pose, Shavasana, the corpse pose. This is your moment to let go and release every single muscle in your body. You have permission to completely relax. From your toes to your fingers to your face. Is your jaw clenched right now? That was a hard practice, so it's very common to clench your jaw at the end. But this is your time to let that go. Breathing in and out, exhaling, relaxing deeper into the mat, feeling your body melt like liquid into the earth. Breathing in and out. Now I want you to travel back in time once more to the beginning of this class, back when you stood at the front of your mat, hands extended at your side, Samastiti, into Dasana. How did your body feel then? Could you feel the blood pumping through your veins like you can now? Did the oxygen feel the same as you inhaled and exhale? Compare. Who were you then? And who are you now? What's different? What's the same? What is your body saying to you right now? Be grateful that you've given yourself this time that you deserve. So many people in this world never do. And you took it for yourself and gifted it to your body and your mind, reconnecting with your deepest spiritual self. It's a gift so rare, but yet so simple and so valuable. Breathing in and out. Find the moment. Let your mind do what it does. Forgive it for where it wanders, but do your best to bring it back here, right now, on this mat, as you feel your heart pumping in your chest, and you melt deeper and deeper down into the earth. Breathing. Now slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can turn your head a little bit. Engage and wake up those muscles as you come back to yourself. Bending your right leg, coming over onto your side. Let's come back up, seated on our mat right in the center. Just for a moment to say thank you. Feeling that breath in your lungs, let's reach up above our heads, stretching up with your arms, reaching, breathing in, and exhale, hands down to heart. I want you to thank yourself deeply for taking the time for you, and I want to say thank you for taking the time with me. There's no greater honor than to be able to spend this time with you. And I look forward to seeing you again here on the mat together. Namaste.